going into the promises of Abraham. What's the reason for these nations who you said are nothing, Lord? They begin to be lords over us, and they're destroying us. Ezra is praying to the Most High and begging him to judge these nations that are established in the earth. They are oppressing God's people. So are you looking for these people to come to you and tell you, you're the children of Israel? You're the people of promise? That the Most High really chose you? That the commandment was given to you? That you're living a curse for a set time, and one day you will rule the earth? You waiting for them to tell you that? Read.
If the world now be made for our sake.
If the world was made for us, Lord, and you can tell the world was made for us. Even Paul says the earnest expectations of the creatures are waiting for the manifestation of the sons of men. Look at the earth since Israel have fell. Look at the earth since our people have been on the bottom. Look at the earth. It tell you in Job the 12th chapter, even the animals are crying out. They're crying out and saying, Lord, what's going on here? Look at the birds. I'm looking at that oil spill that just happened outside of Louisiana, which they blew up. It was a purpose thing. They're tainting the water, more eugenics to continue to destroy the people over there in Louisiana, our people. Look at the birds soaked with oil. Look at the animals becoming extinct. Look at the land that's crying out, asking the Most High, can you please raise these people? The animals are crying out, please raise these people who cared about us. That proves who the children of Israel are, man. When we were in a position of the earth flourished. And since we fell, the earth been mourning and crying out to the Most High to manifest the true people of God. Read.
If the world now be made for our sake.
If the world be made for our sakes, Lord. Read.
Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Why can't we get what was promised, Lord? That's what Everest is asking. And see, a lot of us ask these questions, and some people turn atheists and reject the Most High based on what's going on. Well, if he's God, why can't he stop some of these things? Because he's bound by his word. And the Most High chasteneth his son. He chasteneth those that he loves. We must go through the negative so we'll never come back here again. We must experience what it is to deal with this negative. We must go through it. The Most High said, Israel, in Deuteronomy 32, if you don't follow, I shall put you under all these people, and I will put you under a foolish nation. And then Paul came back and said, well, listen, I'm going to go to the Gentiles so I can provoke my people to jealousy and enmity, so that they can come back to the Most High. So the Most High gave the other nations riches and power and glory, knowing that that was an attribute that was within us, so that we can desire those things. Seeing that the Most High gave it to a foolish nation, we would come back to his commandments and know that he would give us a thousandfold more than he gave the Gentiles. But we must go through the negative first. We must go through it. But getting back on the path of the elect. Read.
How long shall this endure?
How long shall this endure? How long will we be on the bottom? That's what Ezra is saying here. Satan has set up masons. He has set up governments. He has set up a whole institution of governments aimed towards destroying one people in the earth. Aimed towards destroying God's people. And Christ even said in Matthew 24, if he didn't cut Satan's time short, none of us would be left. None of us would make it. Satan is aimed towards one people in the earth. Now I understand the reason we get the bad end of the stick every time. That's why all the destruction is aimed towards us. Jail is aimed towards us. Eugenics is aimed towards us. I didn't understand it at first. And most people would say, well, you know what, I don't want to even believe in a God if he's just oppressing the people. But this proves that the Most High is real. He said it would happen if we broke his commandments. Now we're in Satan's hands. Read. You got that? Go back. Isaiah 40 and start at 15. But the Most High will deliver us. He will deliver us. Read it.
Isaiah chapter 40 verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
The Most High says the nations or Gentiles are as a drop of a bucket. Read.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold.
So dust do not make the balance move. The Most High do not weigh them when it comes to his promise. He's looking to awaken 144,000 men, 12,000 from each tribe that are weighed in the balance. These are they that must come back to the truth. Those are the men that are being weighed in this time, that would bring forth this kingdom we're talking about. The earth is crying out for it. But it so happened that Satan has played such a great trick on us. We're concentrating on destroying each other, opposed to understanding there's a bigger enemy, Satan. We're looking at how to tear each other down instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to be one of these elect. And I might disagree on a few points when it comes to my brother, but that's my brother. I'm going to stand up with my brother, and I'm going to be counted for that number. I'll let the Most High take care of everything else. But we're so busy fighting each other, we don't understand that there's something bigger that's looking to destroy us all. That's the children of Israel. That's the children of Israel. Our focus have been tainted. We look for continual reasons to destroy each other when the whole world and the New World Order and their governments are aimed towards destroying us. That's our people. Read.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
The Most High says the nations are as a drop of a bucket. He's not counting them. Read.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
He taketh up the isles as a very little thing. What was the isles of the Gentiles? That's Europe. That's Europe today. They're a very little thing to him. Read.
Verse 16. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn.
Lebanon is not even sufficient to burn. He's not even dealing with the Lebanese or the Arabs. So how can you say that these are God's people? How can you say that Christ and the Israelites were Arabs? He's not even dealing with the Lebanese. Read.
Nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing.
They are as what?
Are as nothing.
All nations before the Most High are as nothing. You don't think the nations knew this when our people went into captivity? You think they didn't know about the God of Israel? We lost our identity in history. They didn't lose theirs. They remember the wars our people had against their foreparents. They remember. There's no way they're going to give us back that power to take them down. They remember. We lost our history. They did not lose theirs, folks. They remember the wars. So and they remember God choosing one people that they couldn't touch. They remember that. So they conspired together, like Psalms 83 says. They came together and said, listen, these people can never get this power back. Once they receive this power, we are done. We are finished. They understand that. Read.
Verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing.
Are as nothing. Read.
and they are counted to him less than nothing.
What is less than nothing? Can you weigh